I'm Tom, and Manchester City beat Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup 2-0, and it could have been a lot more. I know it wasn't Arsenal's full-strength squad. It wasn't City's full-strength squad either. But even so, City looked so much more dominant compared to Arsenal looking so off the boil. They almost rolled over and just accepted the loss. The first sort of 15, 20 minutes, fair enough. After that, they looked by far the worst team, and City could have got a couple more. It wasn't a performance Arsenal should be proud of, but to be honest, I thought when they played Everton, Everton could have nicked a point or two there. So this isn't like it's come out of the blue. They've looked like a beatable team for a while, but they've managed to get the result. And ultimately, that's why they're probably going to win the Premier League, right? It's because teams, even when they have off days and don't look very good, find ways to win, find ways to salvage points. Like against Everton, and I think Everton were unlucky not to come away with anything. So I've thought for a while that they look like a team that will struggle to get over the line. And I think City just exposed that. I think City just made them look beatable, not average, but not like champions, not like winners in one-off games. They haven't got that in them. Saka looked mediocre. I think across the board, unimpressive. We saw why Arsenal went in as favourites, but City were the champions, right? City have experience. The game plan they put together, Nico O'Reilly, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He's going to, as he gets older and older, just progress further and further up the pitch. A brilliant player, had an absolutely amazing performance. Bernardo Silva, I mean, where do we even start with him? Unbelievable player. The game plan was flawless. And what we saw is that City had a game plan that Arsenal didn't have an answer to, ultimately. And that's why they are winners. That's why they've been there and done it before. That's why they've won it before. They are the winners. And Arsenal didn't have an answer. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I know that other teams are going to look at that. They're going to see Gyökeres, 13 touches. They're going to see Kepa, who had an awful performance. They look at that team and go, that's a beatable team. In a one-off match, that team is beatable. And they'll take a lot of confidence from that. So will City in going into the game at the Etihad. You've got to take a bit of confidence from that. The problem is, Arsenal now have a long rest. They've got the international break. They've also recalled, which I think is bang out of all. I think that shouldn't be allowed. They've recalled all of their players from international break. Injury, no, they've just recalled their players from injury, from international break, so that they can obviously focus on the league. It's like with PSG rearranging these Champions League games. They can. It's like these Premier League, League One games, so they can focus on the Champions League. Shouldn't be allowed. So you got that's going on. They recalled their players, a long break, lots of time to recover, fix the game plan, get their heads straight before these next set of games. It's a long time. I don't know how much of a bearing this is going to have on the rest of the season, given how close we are to the business end already. I think ultimately, with the fixtures that are left in the Premier League, Arsenal will still win the Premier League. The fixtures that are left favour Arsenal. City have the tougher fixtures. Arsenal, I know they've got a lead. Even if City beat Arsenal and win their game in hand, Arsenal still have a 3-point lead. So I think this will favour Arsenal. The fixtures that are left and remaining this season favour Arsenal. They'll win the Prem. However, teams like Bayern Munich, Barcelona, I mean, maybe PSG as well, will look at that performance and see Arsenal as a beatable match in a one-off game, home or away, by enough to knock them out. So I don't think they'll win the Champions League. I think they'll knock that Champions League. And the FA Cup, I think teams like City and Liverpool think the same. I think on their day, Liverpool, we've seen it, can stop Arsenal winning on the day. So if they can put together a good performance to face Arsenal, if we draw them in the FA Cup, I think we can beat them. I think City we've seen can as well. So I don't think they'll win the FA Cup. But I mean, look, even just a Prem, right? To go from the quad to this, bit of a fall. People don't know your thoughts on all this in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ask stuff. Works, people. Peace.